In this lecture, I am going to explain about package concept in Java language. First, let us discuss what is the need for package concept. Then I'll explain how to create the package in Java. I'll explain need for package concept with the help of an example. Package concept in Java language is somewhat similar to the digital folder. First, let us discuss some points about digital folder. We know that folders are used for arranging the files properly. For example, you might store your digital photos in a pictures folder, your audio files in a music folder, and your Word documents in a document folder. If you observe the window in the screen, this window shows the files and folders inside the folder. This folder contains two subfolders, two PowerPoint presentations, and one Word document. Here, inside PHP folder, you can have some other files and folders. That is, a folder can store other files and folders. Inside the folder, we have a file with name mm. If you want, you can give same file name for a file inside PHP folder or JavaScript folder or inside any other folder. That is, folder allows you to give same file name to more than one files which are located in different folders. Now let us discuss about package concept in Java. Java package has the features of digital folder. We know that in every Java program we write classes, interfaces, etc. If you want to place related classes and interfaces into a group, then we can use the package concept. That is, by using the package concept, we can group related classes and interfaces together. Grouping the related classes and interfaces makes the searching process easy. That is, you don't need to search all the available classes and interfaces. You go for a particular package, then you go for a particular class. Package concept avoids naming conflicts. That is, although interfaces and classes with the same name cannot appear in the same package, they can appear in the different package. For example, in package 1, we have a class with name ABC and an interface with name XYZ. Then we can use same class name and interface name in package 2 and so on. And the last point is, for reusability purpose we use package. Let us assume that a programmer P1 is writing classes student and test, and he placed those classes in a package 1. And a programmer P2 is writing classes employee and test, and he placed those classes in a package 2. Like this we have 50 programmers, all are writing the test class. For example, if the test class is not defined properly, then we have to change code in all the places. That is, you need to change the code for test class in package 1, package 2 and so on, package 50. If we change only in few places, then it is called inconsistency. That is, for test class at one place you have one code and at other place you have some other code. It looks like for one question we have two answers. This is called inconsistency. People who do not know the concept of package, they do like this. Now, the team leader observed that all the programmers are writing the same test class. That is, same code has written 50 times. To avoid this, the team leader tells to the programmers that don't design coding part for the test class. I'll design the coding part and I'll share that code to everyone. Now the team leader has written the code for test class and he wants to make this code available to every programmer. But the programmer P1 inside the package P1 cannot use this code, and the programmer P2 inside package 2 cannot use this code. In order to make that class available to every package, The team leader should place that class inside a package. Now, programmer P1, P2 can use the test class, and if you want, we can reuse that class test in any package and in any class. So, by using package concept, we can reuse the code. Finally, we need the package concept to group related classes and interfaces together, and for reusing the existing classes and interfaces whenever you required, we use the package concept. So this is the introduction to the package concept.